shorty, okay, shorty, okay, shorty, okay, shorty, okay, shorty, okay, shorty, go to that bag, go to that bag, go to that bag, go to that bag, okay, shorty, 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 go to that bag, go to that bag, go to that bag, go to that bag.
What's good, y'all boys, man? It's boy LAMadeDaviae back on the video, man. Hey, today we got the IRL streaming bubble is about to burst. Now, I ain't gonna lie, bro. IRL streaming is got a hand thing. Like, the last IRL clip that I've seen that went viral was the boy that was in LA. It was a girl streamer on Kick. I forgot her name. And then the boy was in LA, and it was a bunch of guys from LA. Like, if you from Cali, y'all know what I'm talking about. I ain't about to say it, but y'all know what I'm talking about, gang. Basically, I'll just say YNs. YNs ran up to him, right? And when they did that, they was pressing him, saying, like, you know, where you from, this and that, and that. You know, if you're from Cali, you know how they get. And the boy, he was basically saying, like, he don't, you know, gangbang. And when he told him he don't gangbang, I guess they kept on pressing them, and then the YNs, they ended up slapping the kid. Alright, now I ain't gonna lie, that made me mad, because for one, that's how you know they ain't even like that for real, because the one that slapped him, he ended up running. After he slapped him, he ended up running, and everybody else was just laughing and stuff, you know, just trying to be funny, but it wasn't. And the girl streamer, she was sad because, like, she isn't from California. She didn't really know how it get out here. You feel me? And the boy was like, the thing that made me happy and smile, bro, and was motivational was him telling her, like, basically, it's okay, because I'm gonna make it, you know. I'm gonna make it one day. I don't know why, that's motivational right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's even more sad because they knew he couldn't do nothing, because there was a whole bunch of YNs pressing him, and they probably had something on him. And the kid, he didn't have nothing. He was just a regular kid with a skateboard. You know what I'm saying? You know, trying to de-escalate the situation. You know, and yeah, bro, that's what happened. IRL streaming ain't it, gang?
Y'all all trying to be like these at the top. You got motherfuckers talking about desktop streaming is dying. How is that even possible? It's just the you watching. And to be honest with you, FaZe and AMP and all them, they chilling. They good. These got all the resources, bro. These elites. Y'all know
they got a team and everything, gang. Bodyguards, all that, bro. Now, I just wish, if I do ever go the IRL streaming route, I know for sure, for a fact. Hold on, y'all. If I ever go the IRL streaming route, when I'm big, I'm having security off it. I ain't about to have people come up to me, you know what I'm saying, and people, it just even got more bad, bro, because now IRL streaming, people can find your location just by seeing the littlest things. Like, they can see a light pole, and they be like, you know what, I know where, and they'll be like, and they'll type in the chat, they be like, I know where you're at, I'll be there in 15. Like, huh? What you mean? And it's even more crazy because they just it's a random civilian, bro. You don't know if that person could be crazy, or, you know, or it could be a good person. Like, you just never know, bro. Like, and that could just run up on you, just rob you, take your money, whatever, a live on stream game. So it's like, I feel like with IRL streaming, is very important to have security and stuff, bro. Now, if you're a small streamer that's IRL streaming, okay, you'll be good, because, well, I mean, it depends. You might have a little bit of people that might know where you at, but it ain't gonna be as bad, you know. So, if you're a small streamer, it wouldn't be as bad to IRL stream. If you're a big creator like So and Flight and all them, IRL streaming, yeah, and especially Kai and Speed, yeah, you need bodyguards, so.
elites. I'm talking about y'all new Y'all are getting caught in a wave y'all gonna die in.
With cable TV numbers going down and streaming numbers going up every single day, advertising dollars going up in the streaming every single day, and the biggest guest appearances and guest stars going to the streaming platforms as opposed to sitting down on somebody's couch on television nowadays, it seems like
it's crazy how streaming is the new TV. Streaming is the new TV. It's crazy how it is, bro.
streaming has taken
Nobody watches cable no more, gang. Trust me, nobody watches cable no more. Streaming is the new TV game.
over to something that nobody
Ain't no more SpongeBob. Ain't no more Disney Channel. Ain't no more none of that. If you're keeping it a bean.
could have counted for when it first started. But I'm not gonna lie, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing. Now, hate it or love it, it's in the entertainers' playbooks in order to go onto these platforms, sit down with the Kai Cenats, sit down with the Neons of the world, and have a good old time while promoting their platform.
Oh, you got the same Tom and Jerry shirt I got. But bro, it's even more crazy how it's crazy and not just crazy but sad how like the kids growing up now, the new generation, you feel me, of kids, they, you know what I'm saying, they ain't gonna experience how we experienced with Disney Channel and Nickelodeon, watching Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Jussie, Raven's Home, all these old Disney and Nickelodeon live action shows, Harry Danger, Game Shakers, all that. They ain't gonna experience that how we did, bro. Like, that was lit, I ain't gonna lie. Them days was peak. Especially the crossover episodes, especially the Harry Danger Game Shakers crossover episode. Y'all know, gang. That episode was fire. But them days was cool. But now, everybody's TV is Speed and Kai and DDG and all these Twitch streamers, bro.
Genuinely think streaming's the wave right now. It's the new
And YouTube in general, bro. And it's crazy how the crossovers now we got is with YouTubers, real life people, with RDC and AMP or Beta Squad, AMP, like, gang. That's crazy. Just to think about.
wave. Streaming is officially mainstream in my opinion. And the reason I say this, because 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, if you were on a TV show, if you were on this, on that, what would you do as soon as you were done to try to elevate yourself and build off the hype? You would go into like a music video or go on to like Ellen or a talk show or Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. Now, if you get out of a reality TV show like Love Island or Big Brother or any of these TV shows, what's the first thing they do? They're going off streams. Streaming has genuinely made its way mainstream. Rappers are trying to get on streams. Athletes are getting on streams. The reason all these artists and actors and people from TV shows are going on streams, it's all thanks to Aiden, Kai, Lacey, and Speed. Those 4 streamers right there are the reason streaming is mainstream and is the reason people are going on to stream.
It's really because of Kai and Speed, though, gang. Let's be honest. Kai and Speed been carrying for a minute now. They are the biggest streamers in the world right now, gang. So it's really they fault how we having rappers and all these famous people streaming now, bro. And it's crazy just to think about, man, like how they came from doing one thing, their main thing, to now streaming, which is another. Especially Kyrie. Kyrie's streaming now. He was in the NBA. He ain't even playing no more. And now he's streaming.
Now, there are a plethora of reasons as to why people are gravitating towards streaming and it being the new mainstream thing to do. For some way, shape, form, or fashion, streaming watchers are watching content longer than ever. They're watching streams for 1.5 hours on average, which I thought we were supposed to be a short attention span, society nowadays. But for some reason, these folks are tapped into these streams. From an entertainer's perspective, it makes sense why they would go and gravitate towards streaming, because all these fields aren't producing as much money as streaming, outside of like the sports and stuff like that. But the ones like rappers that people thought made a lot of money back in the day just aren't making as much money as streamers are.
A lot of these niggas just blow that money. They don't know how to invest money. You feel what I'm saying? I invest that money, go grab properties, go do this, go do that. But I still ain't signed yet. So me and my team, them boys just grab all my money. I get my publishing, I get my BMI, I get my YouTube check, I get everything still.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, that's smooth.
But these niggas signing, so you gotta understand, they get $1 million, they ain't get another $1 million for 3 or 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really slavery. On some real shit, like, it's a fucked up thing.
Lil Shimmy broke it down so eloquently as to how rappers are signing what he dubs as slave deals in order to make a lot of money. You know, he sees $1 million one time, he doesn't see it for the next 3 years. While Agent 00 at Streamer University is reporting that he makes $321,000+ a month off Twitch. People like Azam Gold, they're making $300,000 on Kick and simultaneously making $32,000 a month on Twitch. I mean, that in and of itself would be a reason to.
It's even more crazy how, like, our generation, bro, of like youngins, YNs, us, and you feel me, young kids and teens, all you want to do now is be a content creator now. We want to be a content, we want to be a YouTuber, a streamer. Let's get back to the reaction, guys.
Fire up the camera and start reacting to stuff. I would think you might have to catch me on Twitch. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Another thing that is coming out of this is major collaborations. Now, I'm seeing Neon be with Iggy Azalea. I'm seeing AMP.
I seen that. I seen this.
Collaborations. Now, I'm seeing Neon be with.
This collab right here is crazy. I'm not gonna hold you. Iggy Azalea? Like, where have you been at? Real talk. Bro, I've heard about Iggy Azalea since that one song. You ain't gotta go to where I think no. That's Fifth Army. What's that other old song? Bang bang all over run. I want you want. I haven't heard of her since then. What's been on? Where's she been at? Iggy, where you been at, twin? You just been gone. All of a sudden you show up on Neon Stream, huh?
With Iggy Azalea, I'm seeing AMP be in Target with their Tone deodorants, and I'm seeing Kai Cenat literally everywhere. He was on the cover of Time magazine not too long ago as one of the top 100 creators. I just don't know any other rapper or athlete who's been on Times outside of like LeBron James or Jay-Z, like super big athletes. But now we're seeing this new and diverse community and subsection of entertainment hop into these mainstream spheres and do things that it took rappers and entertainers and ball players and all that stuff years to do in just a short amount of time.
I'm not gonna lie. Hear me out. I feel like in the later on down the line, the future, in the years, right? Hear me out. What if they start doing stuff for streamers? Now, I mean, like, I don't know how to explain it, but like big stuff like how you'll see on TV. And maybe we get us streamers, we get our own thing or something. Like we get, I don't know. I mean, we are basically kind of. Or what if we take over the TV world? I mean, like, we are doing that, but I mean, what if we start having events and stuff for streamers, right? And then we be on TV, you know what I'm saying? We probably have our own channel, whatever, boom. And we have our own sports channel and different stuff like that for like the sports content. And we have, like, imagine that. You know how crazy that would be? And then the sports channel will be different stuff. Like, it'll be Flight, you know what I'm saying? And Cash, doing basketball content or just DreamCon happens. We got a DreamCon channel for like DreamCon, and you know what I'm saying, with the different events and stuff on TV you could go to with the, bro. Just like the NBA, we could switch the channel to the NBA or ESPN, whatever. We got that for streaming. I ain't gonna lie, that'd be tough.
It's quite amazing, actually. So I can understand why a lot of people would gravitate towards streaming. It's hella lucrative. It's hella cool. You get all the huzz. You know, you get to do these big, major, crazy events and stuff like that. But the question is, and it's one that SOLLUMINATI brought up at the beginning.
Bro, it's so crazy how content creators even taking over being in Netflix movies and Netflix shows, and it's crazy, bro. It's just crazy.
Of the video is how sustainable is this?
The shit that y'all seeing is not sustainable. A lot of y'all don't know. You knew and you already thinking you need to be doing IRLs, nigga. You are a fucking bot. You're gonna fall off. Bro, the IRL streaming shit is so overstimulated, so oversaturated. All you see is scripts now. Y'all trying too hard, and subconsciously a lot of y'all niggas is competing with each other, but y'all don't know it because it ain't personal. But we see it. I don't, bro, listen. My life is so fucking bro, listen. My life is completely boring compared to y'all. I can't compete with y'all niggas, and I don't want to have nothing to do with that energy. You have regular new people going around who just started streaming and they already feel pressure like they need to be doing IRLs.
Yeah.
You can't afford it.
Yeah.
None of that.
Yeah. SOLLUMINATI said a lot.
You know what's crazy? That's the problem I have. What he talking about, that's the problem I got, gang. Real talk. I want to do IRL streaming. I want to do IRL streaming so bad. But the one problem is I don't have the money for the Samsung joint, gang. I can't buy that Samsung streaming phone. You know why? Because it costs a lot. I'm about to make my way spending, you know what I'm saying, all this money for the phone, gang. Well, I'm just, you know, I can't afford it anyway. I can't buy it. But at one point I was, but I was like, you know, I ain't about to just waste my $600 or whatever dollars on getting this phone, bruh, you know? Because it's like, dang, man, I don't know how people even do it. I don't know how people even get in this phone and just boom, you know. Sorry, my eye itching, bro. Cause, bro, I got allergies, gang. I hate it, bro. But yeah, bro, like, I'm gonna stop streaming. The IRL streaming, it just, yeah, bro. Like, he's so real for that. Cause IRL streaming, like, it takes a lot of money to buy phone. Then you gotta buy the tripod. Then you gotta buy everything for the jump. You feel me? The mics, camera light. You feel me? That connects to the tripod. All that stuff connects to the tripod and the phone. It's like, and you gotta buy what's that thing? The portable charger. It's a lot, bro. And if you mathing right, if you can mathing, whatever, however you say, y'all know what I'm talking about. And the mathing, it's a lot of money.
Right there, and I want to tackle it piece by piece because it's something that we've been seeing for a while, and this happens in all industries. It's happening in crypto.
And plus you need to build yourself a fan base or whatever, or a community before you even do IRL streaming, I should say, right? For anybody that's doing streaming or whatever, build yourself a fan base and stuff like that, then start doing that. Like me, I can IRL stream because I got people that watch me, so I could just have them go to Twitch, boom, I could go live on TikTok, whatever, boom, and have them people on TikTok go to my Twitch, so I go live, boom, then do whatever, you feel me? I could do IRLs, but I just don't got the money to get the phone. But once I get the phone and stuff, I'm gonna I'm just trying. You feel me? See how it goes.
Cars, Airbnb, etc., where there is a rush to get into this gold mine of a world. Trust me, I've had people proposition me to come and set up their streams, and I've thrown up like stupid amounts of money in order for them to sign up, and they've literally just said yes. But this stuff that they are doing is not sustainable, and just like every other bubble before it, .com, real estate, whatever the case may be, it will burst. First and foremost, IRL content has an expense problem. It is much more expensive to do IRL content versus sitting behind a desk.
Yeah. Y'all know how expensive it is to keep up with content creation? You could get a 10K check from Twitch. What the fuck is a 10K check when you gotta spend 5K on trips to travel, $500 on setup shit, fucking $2,000 on your rent, fucking $200 on Wi-Fi, $200 on IRL toolkit. You gotta pay the clippers, pay a YouTube editor. Chat, I don't think y'all realizing I be going in the negative doing this shit, okay?
Now, most people don't know this. Who am I kidding? A lot of people know this. I used to do some production work for AMP and hang out with the guys and stuff like that. And I remember talking to H00 one time about the reason about going to Twitch and streaming as a medium for the content as opposed to making long form videos. And he broke it down pretty simple to me. He said, Omar, we could spend hours of a day or an entire day planning a video, and then we could spend an entire day shooting a video, traveling to the site, getting the content, etc., etc. Then we could give the footage to an editor to spend another day doing the video, editing it up, making sure it looks good, etc., etc. Just to upload it for it to flop. In totality, if we factor in time and then if we factor in expenses, it becomes something that doesn't seem like it's a good trade-off because ultimately it could flop in the algorithm. With that being said, the counter to that is sitting at a desk, you know, streaming for 3 to 18 hours and getting off as many clips as possible. I don't think people realize how many 8-minute clips can go into a 60-minute recording session, let alone doubling and tripling and quadrupling that. But now we're getting to the point where content creation from a streaming perspective has to come with some sort of expense. People are going out and doing big, lavish, and extravagant things, making it cost just as much, if not more, than when they were creating actual YouTube videos.
You know, I want to thank everyone for coming out, you know, on this trip. Everyone took times out of their days, they took times out of their families to, you know, come on this trip with me, man. You know, I envisioned it to be something insane, but you know, it's just not what it came out to be. You know, I think still some of the content's been good, but yeah, man, you know, it's been getting really fucking expensive. We've done 5 streams and we almost spent like fucking 200K. You know, we got to cut the cost down, you know, and I just feel like there was too many people.
I know that there's operational costs in a business, but at the end of the day, that is mad excessive. It's just way too much. But the sad part about it is that is the price to being these streamers when you do IRL content specifically. And this is also related to the money spending aspect where everybody feels like they have to one up each other. But this one is from a pure emotional standpoint. Streamers feel like now they have to be online more than ever. They have to give more content now more than ever. And ultimately they have to fall in line with these tropes or these lifestyles or whatever the case may be now more than ever. And it's impacting 2 communities specifically, the chopped community and the woman community.
I'm just irritated. Like, my name just gets slandered so much, and I really don't be doing nothing. Like, I literally don't be doing nothing. It's just always something. When it comes to my name, it's just always something. Like, it's so rare that I see positive stuff about me. And I literally don't do nothing. Like, nothing could get worse than that. So it's just like, all the hate and everything, like, nothing affects me no more. Like, it's like I have no feelings no more. Alright, y'all, I'm finna just end for a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. One thing I can say about creators, bro, there's certain creators that I just like mess with heavy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. One is J Cinco, and I can say Cooking with Kai for sure. Like, you know why? Because they're sorry for that, y'all. They're both from Cali, and I know they've had a come up. You know what I'm saying? Especially Cooking with Kai. Like, I know her come up probably was crazy. Cinco's probably was crazy. But I ain't gonna lie, Cinco kind of did. He kind of did get put on with the shade from the shade because he was there in Brooklyn at that one point. So, but I feel like, you know what I'm saying, he did still grind. You know what I'm saying, did what he had to do to get to the point where he is now. And I feel like it's the same with Cooking with Kai, and I just respect him for that heavy because I'm a upcoming creator trying to be in a position. You feel me? Trying to get up to the top 2, and I'm from Cali as well. So it just it's dope to see how other creators that's from Cali, you know what I'm saying, have made it, and that inspired me to be next up too and to make it as well with them, so I could be on their level and possibly collab with them one day. So I respect it, bro. I respect them heavy, bro. Shout out to J Cinco, shout out to Cooking with Kai, man.
Ohio.
You what? What the fuck did you just say?
No, get up, get close.
Now, if you're new to this channel, then you probably don't know my stance on this, but I am a proponent of you being able to control your community, you being able to cultivate the environment that you are streaming and creating content in, etc., etc. Well, it seems that inherently speaking, this streaming all the time IRL content world that we're, stepping into is letting things go left, right, and sideways. Kaya, Dabo, and many other women and chopped people on the internet who are getting into streaming are falling victims to tropes that ultimately can be probably summed up as humiliation rituals. Now, all of them are laced in things like misogyny and colorism, etc., etc. But ultimately, these people have to fall in line and play into these tropes because that's what gets you pushed out to the masses. That's what continues to further the clips. That's what continues to happen. So now you have Dabo willingly, calling himself chopped, calling himself ugly, and willing to let a woman put hands on him continuously in order to get clicks and content off. You have Kaya consistently and constantly being sexualized on camera and people calling her out left, right, and sideways, names, all that other stuff like that. And then when you don't fall in line with the tropes, you end up like a Wendy Ortiz or Silky's ex, where now that community is disowning you because you won't fall in line with their forever content cycle.
Yo, how did the subs keep dropping? I thought we just reached 4K. Refund and it reset.
Now, I think that this is something that could be easily mitigated by creating different types of content and not always giving access to your full self to the camera and to the audience. But hey, this might be just the price of fame for this. And speaking of the price, it's going to continue to go up as more and more people delve deep and figure out that, hey, streaming is a way for us to get as much content out there as possible. I'm starting to see more and more celebrities actively take interest and want to invest in making streaming content. We're talking about the Nicki Minaj's of the world, the Kyrie Irvings of the world, the India Loves of the world that are now hopping into streaming with an already built platform, backing from everything else, and starting to really put pressure on the game because they have access, connections, and resources that a lot of these younger streamers just don't have.
Okay. I thought it was something that you had to do like weekly or
I feel like your fan base, your community, I know how active you are and stuff like on Twitter. Like you can kind of do it on your own time. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. So perfect. When you get off live, text me so we can talk about some other stuff real quick when you get a chance.
Of course, I got you, Nikki. It's a pleasure to connect and talk.
You too. Thank you.
Bye, Nikki.
Hey, India's chat.
Hey.
I'm glad you're finally streaming.
I know.
Because back then we talked about it. Well, I don't know why you're thanking me. We talked about it and now you're doing it. W India in the fucking chat.
I thank you because you helped me get here.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
How?
You made a few calls and then helped me start
I always knew you had it in you.
Thank you.
Of course.
Okay. What do you want? Streamer. What do you want? Streamer. Yo, do you want me to show you on stream or no? No. I love you, man. Call me tomorrow.
No, but we be separated with swimming trunks.
That's what I mean. That's what I don't understand.
Ray J, gang, but Ray J, what type of dittiness you on? I remember this clip, gang. Hey, Ray J, you look. Hey, bro, boy. Hey, you one freak. Let me stop. You one freaky individual, gang. Why you want to take a shower with two grown men? Speed and Kai at that. The two biggest streams, bro. Come on, gang.
Yeah, but not like that. Like.
Yeah, so no, I didn't mean it like anything. I meant it like how y'all meant it. I want to sleep over too.
Yo, Ray J is nuts.
Yeah, Ray J is wild.
I know, but that's what I meant. It's like if y'all was in the shower, then y'all was in the shower. Y'all took a shower together. So I'm like, well, shit, I'll take a shower with them niggas. Like on the street, you know what I'm saying?
Ultimately, I think that people get lost in the sauce quite often whenever something popular emerges. When YouTube vlogs were popping, everybody felt like they needed to be like DDG, Casey Neistat, Logan and Jake Paul, or Emma Chamberlain. And they did everything in their power to try to emulate and imitate these people. And it worked for some people, but it just ultimately did not work. Same thing when they made long form videos. Everybody wanted to imitate Mr. Beast. And then you saw them lose their soul and ultimately fall off because of this. You see, there's a pattern pattern that I'm trying to establish. Every time that we get into the bubble of content creation, whatever bubble it may be, it ultimately pops in the end because everybody tries to emulate and imitate that. I'm starting to see two bubbles and two trends right now where people are losing their selves and their personalities behind chasing content creation fame. It's the streaming bubble that we've been talking about. And also I saw this one video where this woman was like, you should create 300 TikToks in a month if you're being serious. 300 TikToks in a month, 10 TikToks a day? You should be getting a job. You should be working out. You should be doing anything else besides creating 10 TikToks a day in order to be able to make a life in content creation. There are ramifications. TikToks a day? You should be getting a job. 300 TikToks in a month if you're being serious. So I saw this one video where this woman was like, you should create 300 TikToks in a month if you're being serious. 300 TikToks in a month, 10 TikToks a day? You should be getting a job. You should be working out. You should be doing anything else besides creating 10 TikToks a day in order to be able to make a life in content creation. There are ramifications that people do not talk about when they dedicate their lives to content. And it's something that's going to play out over time and stuff that when commentary channels talk about, when streamers, you know, talk about their burnout or whatever the case may be, it just gets swept up under the rug. But I'm here to tell you, people do get burnt out about this stuff.
When I tell y'all I was going through it, I was really going through it, bro. Like, dead ass, bro, by day 10, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get through the rest of these 20 days. Nigga, I'm having nights where I'm in the bathroom, like, just bawling my eyes out. Like,
it's a lot of unnecessary pressure that's being placed upon people in order to become famous through this whole streaming game. And whether you have sympathy for them or not, it doesn't really matter. But just heed my warning. You don't have to be like everyone else. And SOLLUMINATI said this in the conclusion of the clip at the beginning of the video, that you can be yourself. If you're a desktop streamer, you're a desktop streamer. If you are a TikToker, whatever you are as a creator, be yourself. But the way that IRL streaming is changing the landscape of the genre is really scary to me, and I hope people can heed the warnings that people are laying out for them, because once you turn down that path, it is extremely hard to turn back.
Amen, bro. Let me know what y'all think, boys and girls. You feel me? In my opinion, I feel like, yeah, IRL streaming now has gotten a lot crazier, and it's a lot, you know, it's a lot better for the bigger creators at that. You know what I'm saying? They've grown more as a person, got more bigger, you know what I'm saying, than they passed, you know, making love shows and probably movies and game, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. And then the other IRL stuff I'm talking about is like going to malls and stuff like that. Like, that's crazy now, like, especially. And it's crazy how small it can even be a small streamer that nobody even really knows. All they gotta do is get a tripod, put their phone on a tripod, like I said, and just walk around and have somebody hold the camera, pointing it physically at you while you're looking at the camera, talking to the camera, and looking at your phone, looking up, looking at the chat, boom, boom. I mean, look at the chat, looking at your camera, boom. Yeah, this, that chat. Yeah, chat, we're going here. And next thing you know, have a bunch of YNs following you behind you. Crazy, man.